It's a Clark the shit show, baby. Hey, you guys, Georgia early voting has begun. You can go on YouTube right now. About 3 to 4 million people. It's just explosive, the voting all over Georgia. And Trump is winning it huge. I know it's meaningless. It's just, it's early voting. Trump hates early voting. Will the Democrat-dominated mail-in voting and, other weird shenanigans, will it be able to keep up with this massive Republican GOP early voting? Now, you guys know it's usually Democrats that vote early and vote often, mail-in votes. But suddenly in 2024, the pubs, if you will, have totally flipped and changed. They're crazy about early voting, mail-in voting, provisional voting, penis voting. They don't fucking give a shit how they vote. They just want to vote. And they can't wait to do it. And consequently, the voting in Georgia right now is about 10-1 for Donald Trump. So maybe this time it'll be the Democrats who vote later and catch up. Well, we see that the Dems are good at that here on the Clark the Shit Show, 1-800-449-8255 from the fabulous golden EIB Sharkraphone. Solid gold, baby, not a microphone. It's a Sharkraphone. Because it was given to me by Mike Pence back in 2021, that day that Trump said he could overturn the election somehow. I'm still vague and unsure. I'm not clear how Pence could have or would have or might have done that. Something where like the vice president could, I don't know, dude. We'll go back in time and read that shit. Mark Levin was all over that. You remember the mood then after that election. Everyone was just deflated on the right. COVID, all that. But there's no COVID now, you guys. There is COVID right now. It's out of control. But the media is not reporting that. For some reason, they could and they should, and it would help Dems, but they don't. I think it's because the media realizes this is hopeless and Harris is going to lose. She's starting to lose all the polls now, all the fake polls like Quinnipiac. New York Times show her losing nationally. I'm not talking about swing states, the 6 or 8 swing states, 7, whatever it is, Nevada, Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, all that shit. That's not where she's losing now, you guys. Kamala Harris is losing, the regular generic polls like California, New York included, all over the country kind of polls. She's losing. And dude, losing is like really bad, like suicide for Democrats here. They want so badly to have power, control, and rule, like they always do here on the Clark the Shit Show. But this guy's going to win, you guys, I think. He probably won't. All the mail-in votes will come in at 6 a.m. the next day, November 6th. You know how the Dems do it, you guys. Of course they will. But it was fun while it lasted. All the way from now through Election Day into 3 a.m., 4 a.m., there's going to be Trump euphoria. It'll be a Trump utopia, if you will. But then at 6 a.m., it'll be like, oh, shit. Hey, Clark the Shark, some food trucks arrived in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Nevada, Wisconsin, maybe even Minnesota, I don't know, New Mexico, and of course, Did I already say Nevada? I don't know. You know, food trucks are going to fucking arrive with ballots that aren't in official ballot carrying things. They're in these barrels. Remember how when Rush hired Neil Peart, he showed up in a Ford Pinto and his drums were all in trash cans. I mean, did you hear that story? Geddy Lee and Alex were laughing. They're like, when we met Neil Peart, all his drums were crammed in a little Ford Pinto, and his drums were in trash cans. Well, that's how Democrat votes will arrive at 5 a.m. November 6th. I think the vote is November 5th. Maybe it's November 3rd or November 8th. It's always those 3 days, November 3, 5, 8. I don't know, maybe November 6th, but you can bet whatever date in history voting date is, or what it is, November 2024, there will be 10,000 mules, 20,000 mules of Democrats bringing in mail-in votes from everywhere. Not just blue areas, but they seem to get out a lot of Democrat vote in red areas too now. Dude, it's fucking strange. That's where Democrats are winning elections, you guys. In recent times, in the last few years, they get a hell of a lot of people to flip or whatever. I'm not sure. In red areas, all over Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Georgia, Nevada, Georgia, fucking whatever, wherever, Arizona, dude, the other one. They're getting out the red area vote of Democrats, you guys, hugely. And, there's no doubt, you guys, in my mind, they're going to do that 2024. You'll have polls, national polls, where Trump is winning. Now, Trump shouldn't be winning any national poll, you guys. He shouldn't be. The liberals, the Democrats run the polls, all of them. Quinnipiac, NBC, Wall Street Journal, USA Today. All of them, dude. The Democrats are the polls. They take the polls if it really does happen. I doubt it does. There wasn't even a poll. They just fucking make it up. Who witnessed it? Are there cameras in the room while they do polls? I've never seen it. I've never seen one done on YouTube. I've never seen it demonstrated, you guys. These are done in secret, just sort of like our vote counting is done in secret. It's true, you guys. Who is there? Is Clark the Shark in the room with Quinnipiac when Quinnipiac is doing a poll? Am I there with Wall Street Journal, NBC? Am I in the room with them? No. Is my iPhone, Android, Verizon, Samsung, Golden EIB Sharkerphone, or is it fucking anything in the room with them as they do polls? Quinnipiac, NBC, Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Emerson. Who witnesses these polls? Who? Even Fox News or Rasmussen. Who is there to witness them? Rasmussen is always going to say Republicans are winning, and CNN is always going to say Democrats are winning. We know that. But right now, all these left-wing liberal Democrat-leaning polls are showing Trump winning. What's going on here? Is he really winning? Or are the Democrats just trying to set us up like bowling pins here September 25 so they can knock us down on October 25? You know how they do. Come on, you guys. They always ramp up all this energy that doesn't exist. They just cook it up and make it up and, back by the water cooler, some back room, no one's there. Suddenly out of nowhere, Democrats just winning out of the blue. Like fucking ELO, you know how they do. And yet all the effort that they do, and Trump is winning all the polls right now, you guys. Battlegrounds, national polls. I think the Democrats are up to something. It can't be real. Either that or it is really real. Trump really is winning, and they're admitting it. They're like, we got to drop Harris. She's going to lose. I don't know, you guys. I just don't know here on the Clark the Shit Show. But I know one thing. It feels and looks and seems like, to my gut instincts, like Trump is winning. The economy's bad. Gas is $6 a gallon. Groceries, it costs you $30 to buy a gallon of milk and a carton of eggs. Housing prices are out of control. Nobody can buy a house except for rich people. Nobody can even rent unless you got 9 people from El Salvador all living there with you. Because rent is $4,000 a month. I'm not just talking about California. The high rent thing is spreading to red states. It's like there's fucking high rent now in like Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. Fucking places, dude, where the rent used to be $600 a month or $500 a month. Idaho, now rent is $3,000 a month. 9 Haitians living there, 9 people from fucking Madagascar or Ukraine all living in one building, one apartment unit, and rent's $3,500, $4,500. You can't fucking rent unless you're rich now, you guys. That could be why Trump is actually really winning the election. You Democrats think maybe? Democrats are like, don't worry, Sharky. We got plenty of votes coming in 6 a.m. on November 9 or, November 4 or November 7, dude, or November 6. Dude, don't worry, Sharky. We got this. And I believe them, you guys. It's not going to matter who votes, how we vote, when we vote, early vote, absentee vote, mail-in vote. Democrats are going to win this election, you guys. Because if they can beat Roy Moore in Alabama 2017, right smack dab in the middle of the great Trump economy, then, dude, they can fucking win in 2024 with mail-in votes or electronic counting, or I don't know how they do it, you guys. I have no fucking idea. But they do it somehow. Maybe it's with 10,000 mules or 1,000 mules or 500 mules or no mules at all, if you know what I mean, right here on the Clark the Shit Show. But Democrats will win this election coming up, I promise you. Alan Lichtman, the procrastinator, or whatever he fucking is, the Swami, the seer of seers, he's never been wrong. He'll predict it. And dude, it doesn't matter if Trump's 5 ahead in national at Quinnipiac, or Trump's 10 ahead at CNN, or Trump's even winning at fucking NBC suck a dick poll. Trump's winning in New York. Trump's winning in California. Trump's winning in Oregon. Trump's winning in Minnesota. It doesn't fucking matter. Democrats will still win, and they will find all these mystery Democrat votes. Not even on a food truck at 6 a.m., you guys. They'll just be electronically counted up in Menlo Park, or who's that fucking company in Spain that Soros owns? Germany, Spain. I don't fucking know how they do it. I don't know where they do it. But I know that democracy disappears in darkness, you guys. And once again, there might be a little January 6th riot, or Republicans will jump up and down and cry foul. But this time there won't be a Sidney Powell or a Rudy Giuliani or anyone like that there for you, Republicans. When you lose 2024, there'll be no one to go to, no one to turn to, no one to run to, baby. It'll just be Alan Lichtman sitting there going, see, I told you so. Even though Trump was ahead by 8 at Quinnipiac, even though every fucking poll showed Trump winning, it doesn't matter, because he who counts the votes, votes, and he who doesn't. Who's that guy in Pennsylvania that won in like 2017 during Trump? Oh, what was that guy's name? Former military guy. There was a bunch of weird ones. Bevin won against, or not Bevin, the fucking guy. Bashir beat Bevin in Kentucky. Remember that one? Remember the Republican who lost Louisiana? I forget the guy's fucking name in Pennsylvania. Southwest Pennsylvania. A whole bunch of Democrats have been winning lately, and they were all losing in the polls, you guys. It doesn't matter. Polls mean nothing. Or maybe they were tied or something, I don't know. But you would think in red areas, Southwest Pennsylvania, you would think Republicans would win that. They didn't. You would think Kentucky, Republicans would win that with Bevin. They didn't. You would think Louisiana, red state, Trump and Republicans would win that. They didn't. This was all during Trump, you guys. I'm not talking about during Obama or Biden. The only one who won was Youngkin in Virginia. That was a weird one. Democrats couldn't get their mail-in votes in on time. Or something there. I don't know what fucking happened. Don't ask me how Democrats lost to Youngkin in Virginia. That was the one that even I, Clark the Shark, can't figure out right here on the Golden Clark the Shit Show. From the fabulous EIB Sharkerphone, not a microphone, baby, the Sharkalama Ding Dong, the Sharkadoodle-Doo. More talent than Mario Lopez or Sean Hannity or Howard Douchebag or any of them. Michael Weiner, Hush Bimbo, it doesn't matter. The only one with more skills and more expertise and more knowledge and a better delivery, better timing than yours truly, I, Clark the Shark Show, is, of course, Dr. Demento. And he even thinks this witch is going to win, you guys, because he who votes, votes and counts. He who doesn't count doesn't vote. It's the nameless, vague, unknown polling workers. And everyone's always like, Sharky, they're impartial. They're bipartisan. Sort of like Joe Manchin. Oh, yeah, you can trust the polling workers who cure votes with Sharpies the next day after the fact. Remember that? Dude, you guys remember that? That was on YouTube. Remember the guy, Jesse Morgan, the truck driver, the FedEx guy? Remember the Gaylords, the boxes full of votes coming from New York into Pennsylvania? See, all this shit gets swept away and forgotten, but not by me, yours truly, your humble servant, here from the EIB Golden Sharkerphone, not a microphone, me, baby, Clark the Shark, the Shit Show. I remember Jesse Morgan. Yeah, I do, you guys. And liberals are like, oh, voting is safe and secure, Sharky. Don't listen to him. He's a right-wing conspiracy nut, just like Rasmussen, just like Trafalgar, just like Insider Advantage, just like all the polls right now that show Trump winning, even Quinnipiac, even NBC, even CBS and ABC, everybody, September 25, September 26, 2024. It's getting late, Democrats, and you are losing. You better fucking drop Kamala and get her out of there. She's going to fucking lose. You better bring Biden back or get Gavin Newsom in there soon and quick, or you are going to lose to Trump, Democrats. And then he's going to come in. The economy's going to get good. A gallon of milk will cost 40 cents, and no one will give a shit. The media will still run approval ratings that show Trump in the 30s, even with the economy good, even with everything good. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the liberals and Democrats still control everything in the media. They control the fake, phony approval ratings. They control the fake, phony polls that seem to always show her winning, but not now. She's even losing in the liberal left-wing fake polls, you guys. You got to get her out of here, or she's going to lose. It's true, you guys, and they're like, don't worry, Sharky, we have a plan to get her over the top at the last minute. We don't even need to tell you, Clark the Shark. You already know the plan. Food trucks, kind of like Neil Peart with Rush. Things delivered in trash cans at 6 a.m. Only it won't be drums. And Lifeson and Geddy Lee are like, dude, he had like his drums and trash cans in a Pinto. Well, that's where her votes are going to come in at 6 a.m., you guys. In a Ford Pinto or maybe a food truck at 6 a.m. The next day, after the voting is done. And voting safe and secure, those are just votes from Philly, Sharky. Those are just votes from Madison. Those are just votes from Milwaukee. Those are just votes from Savannah or Atlanta or Detroit or Las Vegas or Phoenix or Tucson or Scottsdale or somewhere, Sharky. Come on, you know Democrats always vote late. They don't even vote at all, dude. Someone just scribbled signatures and mailed millions of votes. And some guy's like, dude, I went to vote and it said someone already voted for me. That's happened to me, Clark the Shark, like 3 times. I went to Torrance at El Retiro Park in Torrance, California to vote. And they said, you already voted. And I said, I don't give a fuck. I want to vote. And they're like, sorry. And then my brother Paul tried to vote. He's like, Shark, they said I already voted. I think I did. I forgot. I'm all, no, you didn't, Paul. You and me have been talking about voting. This really happened, you guys. I'm not making this up. Not once, 3 times over years since. I'll give you an example of when it happened to me. Yours truly, Clark the Shark. 1984. I was 19 years old, and I went to vote in Torrance, California. I think I was voting for maybe the first time. I'm not sure. I was 19. Because I was 18 in 1983, and I don't think I voted that year. But 84, I was voting. And I was a young, dumb kid. I wasn't like all gung-ho to vote for Reagan. But just generically, I was voting for Reagan against Mondale. Because, the media was saying Mondale's losing. And I was like, dude, the polls say Mondale's losing. I'm just going to vote for Reagan. I don't like Reagan. Remember that when we were young? We were 18, 19, 20. Well, the polls say Woody Allen is winning. He's beating Ronald Reagan, so I'm voting for Woody Allen. Woody Harrelson. Dude, the polls say Woody Harrelson is beating Trump, and I'm 18 years old, and I'm voting Woody. Remember that, dude? You just listen to the polls when you're 18 to 23, and whatever they say is how you vote, back when you're a kid. There's some polls still probably showing her winning, but now all the polls are showing Trump winning. So who knows, you guys? 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shit Show. Maybe she'll win, he'll win. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Who knows? Who knows? You can't get a gut feeling. You can't. These talking heads spinning round and round. It's like, I'll spin you round, round, baby. Do, like a record, baby. On the Clark the Shit Show. And I'm out.